Hi, my name is Vallery. I am 16 and I am a creative and conceptual photographer. Okay, so this is my image. I kind of just I took I want to say like 400 different photos and I merged them all together into like a panoramic. Um, and I want to say this is probably more like 60 pictures in this one. And so the concept that I was going off was how fire um, causes renewal. I've been exploring like different elements in my photography, but one that really fascinated me and what made me want to do it for collaborations was fire, because it really shows our identity through renewal. And the reason I chose to do a panorama instead of like a series was so you can see the change throughout the picture. I wanted movement in my photos, or photo, and yeah. So this just depicts change in people's lives and how fire causes renewal. So yeah.
This is amazing. It's so good. Okay, so what was it that inspired you to take this picture? Was it just the fact that you'd come across stitching things and that you really
Yeah,
enjoyed it?
I had come across it because I around October I like to fly drones, and a lot of the times like you can't really go that high up just because of like the laws, and you can't get everything you want in one picture. So basically what I do is I just take one big panorama to make it look like I've been flying like higher. That's how I like kind of accidentally got into it, because I was like, oh well, I can also stitch like people together to create this like painterly style. That's like it was really an accident how I got into this.
Can you zoom in on this? I feel like we should kind of break it down.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I feel like the middle is definitely my favorite part, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, because you have this like kind of fanning out effect. You have like, this right here, and then you have this
Oh
in the
yeah.
wing. And then I also like I did like kind of like it I kind of wanted to like represent like an ocean. Um Not literally like as a theme, but like how it moves,
It just
just to make the
flows
photo
together.
better. Yeah, and so like this one, like how I was like more kneeled down and like getting up, like just like composition wise, how these were going up, and then just moving forward, and then like fanning out like right here. It's not very noticeable, but like that's just the way your eye moves, so you would just naturally recognize that. But it like kind of fans out into the photo right here, um and also like right here with like my leg, and then moving out.
Were you holding like a a blanket or something?
So I have this like gold um piece of organza fabric. It's really long. I want to say it's like 10 feet long. um and I basically like kind of wrap it around myself and just let it do its thing. Because what it does is like it has this really cool like dreamy effect that you could not replicate without it, honestly. It kind of gives it like this mannerism, kind of like flowy effect. That's why I use it so much.
I really like this picture because it kind of ties in everything that I've noticed you do throughout the year, like you do a lot of movement. You like to have, like long exposures playing with lights and, self-portraits. You like to be in the picture, which is very your identity, clearly.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah.
Alrighty. Hi, I'm Katherine, and I'm a photography student.
So the backstory to these images that you told me a few weeks ago, it really fascinated me. So so this is basically you burning like things from your childhood?
Yeah. It's some stuffed animals that I used to have, and it's, you know, like you said, similar to you, I work with fire, and I wanted to show that because I do it, you know, with things other than photography. Sometimes just as like a family thing. We have a bonfire, and so you know, I wanted to kind of show the renewal, you know, of getting rid of old things, and basically the identity of this is, you know, letting go of your child self and moving on to, you know, teen or adult or whatever it might be, moving on to the next stage of your life and letting go of who you used to be, whether it be the materials or the actual self. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that really fascinated me. These are honestly really eye-catching, like, because you see that stick and you're like, oh, what's on that stick? And then like you see that it's like a stuffed animal, and it's just like, to me it just represents like letting go and kind of growing up. So like, where did this, so this is a tradition in your family?
Well, it's like we don't necessarily just go out and burn things just for the fun of it. It's like if my dad has old wood, you know, like that he needs to, that's rotten or is just old scraps, he'll sometimes burn it in the backyard and safely. And we'll gather around it and, you know, just hang out as a family.
How did you feel after all this was done?
It was sad. I was pretty sad. Well, it was a mix of things. At first, I was just hoping I got the shot, you know, or else it would have been a complete waste.
Same.
And then it was like it was just kind of like, okay, they're gone. That's the reality of things. You know, and I did not have the heart to get rid of all my childhood stuffed animals. So I still had some, and I was like, it's just, you know, it was just me recognizing that was what was best to have happened. It was me letting go of them, you know, and letting better things happen.
Yeah, that's definitely part of growing up. Like, you change, and like it can be really hard to get rid of something. Like for example, like whenever you get into high school, like you'll lose a lot of friends. Like losing friends, growing up, you'll lose a lot of things. And I think this, obviously in real life, there's probably no fire, no throwing people into the fire or anything.
Yeah,
but I think
God.
I think this is great symbolism, though. This is very impactful for sure.
Thank you. Yeah, it goes with this picture, which is a little bit more clear. Yeah, that part made me sad. So,
yeah.
Yeah, but they're both meant to, you know, go together, at least to make it a little bit more visible for those who can't tell exactly what's going on.
And it's cool how you documented that too. I mean, you know, there you have the memories of, like, you know, your childhood, and then also just growing up and, you know, putting these into a bonfire.
That's a really neat perspective, actually. I didn't think about it like that.
Yeah. So what kind of other things have you burned, and what did they mean to you? Like, are there any other things that you've had to let go? Maybe not necessarily like physically burn, but like, like or yeah, like you burned before. What kind of other things like have you let go into like a fire, and what do they mean to you?
Nothing really nearly as like close to my heart as these. These are like, the few stuffed animals you keep to a certain point are like the ones that you can't get rid of because it's like, oh, my grandma gave this to me, or it's like, oh, I won this at the state fair with my brother or something like
Mm-hmm.
that. So really, the only thing that I've truly let go of, into a fire literally would be the memories with these, or the materialism of those memories. So I don't, nothing too significant past that. It's just small things. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You definitely yeah, you threw away like the physical like material of it, but you didn't actually throw away memories. Memories are also a part of your identity, and I think this also shows like how they stick. You can't really burn memories.
Yeah. That would be interesting.
Houston Center for Photography exists for and because of our community. Our access and community education programs support the organization's mission of increasing awareness and appreciation of photography in partnership with several local schools, community centers, public parks, and medical centers. Thank you.